Mom? Hey, where did you go? Right now, Dad is looking all over for you.
Huh? Is this you, Ed? Are you using your dad's phone again to try and text me?
Well, Mom, I don't have a phone of my own to text you from, so I had to take his.
And a boy in 5th grade doesn't need to have a smartphone at his age, right?
I know that, but Dad told me that when I needed to talk with someone else in the family while they are out, I could use his phone and text. Also, Dad had a small accident with his hand, right? And so he can't use his hand to text you right now.
Yeah. I knew that man was going to care more about you than anyone else. But if he really wants to spoil someone, he's better off doing that with my daughter, who looks just like me, since she is definitely the better looking one of you two.
You're talking about Avery, right?
Yes, that's right. You already know that I'm in love with all things that are both cute and beautiful. And that's why I'm only in love with your cute older sister, Avery.
Mom?
Just a second ago, you had asked me where I am right now, right? Well, I'm at the airport right now.
The airport?
I'm going to be taking your sister to France with me, and she's going to become a supermodel with the help of her mom.
She's going to become a supermodel in France?
I'm going to take her to Paris with me, and we'll find her a modeling agency who will take great care of her. And you are far too ugly to be a kid of my own, so I won't be needing you anymore. Well, you only ever ended up as a kid of mine because your dad brought you along with him in the marriage, so I don't even have to call you a part of my family anymore. So please don't think anything bad of this, okay?
Dad is asking, have you filed out any diverse paperwork yet?
Tell him that the paperwork is sitting on the coffee table in the living room.
Alright. Well then that's fine with me, is what he said.
Huh?
Well, Dad just said that about you a second ago, but I feel the same way about you as well now. Have fun in France, Mom. Bye-bye.
Hello, Ed? This is your phone number, right, Ed?
And who am I speaking to right now?
This is your mom, Andrea!
What?
I've heard about how you've been doing so well for yourself, Ed. So now you can look up to me as your mom since I was able to get you to this point, and I can feel good about myself again as well.
I'm sorry to say this, but I don't believe I'm speaking with my mom right now.
Well, it has been 10 years since we last met, and I'm sure my number is different from the one I had back in those days. But look, I'm your mom. And if you're wondering how I got your number, I was able to get it from your aunt. Your aunt was kind enough to tell me that you're getting into the showbiz yourself there, huh? And that you'll be going into Hollywood for your debut, right?
That freaking dog. She's really gone and done it now.
Hey, come on now. You should not be speaking about your aunt in that manner, okay? It's because of her that I'm finally able to talk to you again, and you can finally speak with your mother once more. I bet you're so happy to finally hear from your mom again after 10 long years of waiting, right?
But I already told you, this is not my mom's number that I'm currently speaking to. Also know that she has only one phone and she's never told me nor anyone else that she has another. So tell me, what the hell do you want?
Come on, Ed. You don't have to give me such a cold shoulder. I know it's been a long time since you've heard from me, but you should still know how to talk to your own mother, right?
Look, can you quit it with all that BS?
Huh?
Are you kidding me? Can you not tell by the way I'm talking to you right now that I don't see you as my mother anymore and that I never want to again?
Huh?
You and that girl of yours, both Dad and I don't care about you guys. And all you do is bring back our bad memories by talking to me again. So go the hell away. And never try texting or calling me again.
Ed! This drama that I'm watching right now, I can tell just by looking at your face that you're the one playing the rival to the main character, right? I saw your name in the opening credits, and that face of yours is the same as when you were back in 5th grade. I totally get it now. Back in the day, you were a bit of an ugly duckling, but now that you've grown into a young adult, I have to say that you are one handsome-looking gentleman. Amazing. So you really are my son after all.
Ugh. You're texting me again?
Hey! Do you really think that's the right way to talk to your own mother? It's not! So you'd better start talking to me in a polite manner from now on.
You're not my mom. And that is why I'm talking to you like the annoyance you really are.
All right already, all right. I get it that it's because of me that you've become this amazing little actor. It's because of all that wishing and praying that I did to have a child of mine turn into an actor that you've become such an amazing person, right?
Seriously?
And compared to you, your older sister Avery, well, let's just say she's not doing as great.
What's happened to Avery?
Well, her and I are coming back to the States soon.
Weren't you and her trying your hardest to get her to become a supermodel or something?
Well, that didn't ever really turn into anything more than just a dream. I thought for sure that since she's a natural beauty, she'd be able to make it in one of those agencies over there, but of course, those French have a different idea of who's beautiful or not. So in the end, any agency we went to never gave her a chance to model, and any private work she tried never ended up being scouted. And what's worse is after failure, she began to eat a lot more bread and stuff to fight the stress. And let's just say she's gained a few pounds. Really, she's no longer a beauty whatsoever, but rather the definition of an obese person. Seriously, I cannot use her at all now. But this is why, to me, you were the perfect son any mother could ever ask for. My prayers were finally heard, and you turned into the most handsome-looking young man imaginable.
Well, I didn't get this far because of you.
Huh?
The only reason I've become an actor is because I wanted to become one, so I put in the effort to get to where I am now. To tell you the truth, it's supposed to be the manager's job to be here with me to help me diet and make sure I stay up to date on roles, right? Well, you haven't been here for me these past 10 years, nor have you ever been my manager, so screw you.
Huh?
Also, people don't just make it in a modeling or acting business by looking good.
Ed!
You have to be able to act as well, whether it's on stage or in the studio. And you have to be able to work to become the character you want to be, which takes weeks to perfect.
Wait a minute.
So you have no right coming to me acting as though you've put any work or care into me? Therefore, please, for God's sake, just leave me the hell alone so that you don't cause me any headaches anymore. Seriously, stop talking to me. I'm not messing around right now.
Seriously, Ed? Don't you think you're going a little too far with all this after having blocked your own mother's number now?
Are you kidding me?
I had my phone number changed so that I could get in touch with you again.
I told you already, stop trying to get in touch with me anymore.
Oh my. Well, why would I ever want to stop talking to my son? Are you really sure you want me to stay away from you even longer than I already have? I plan to become your manager soon so that you can become even more famous.
What?
You don't have to try and keep me at bay anymore. I promise that I'll do everything in my power to make sure you get as many roles as you'd like. And if you're worried about me having any experience, just know that I've been the manager for Avery for the past 10 years, and I did a wonderful job at it.
By wonderful, do you mean you failed her on multiple occasions, and that's why you're back?
Huh?
As from what you've told me, you didn't take Avery anywhere as her manager, and only led her to becoming fat and sad about her life. You told me that yourself the last time we chatted about her.
Well, that was something else. It had nothing to do with me as her manager, rather do with her way of thinking. She didn't have the drive she needed to become a supermodel, and that's why things didn't work out for her. But you're different. I know that with my help, I can take you to the top.
Well, I'm already on my way there.
Huh?
My manager happens to be one of the most well-known in the Hollywood world, and she also happens to be my mom.
Your mom? Ah, right. So this is your way of saying that you want me to be your manager, right? Understood, Eddie. I'll make sure to make you huge in Hollywood, and make sure that you and I never have to worry about falling out of the spotlight ever again.
Wrong. I'm talking about how I already have a manager and mother, and she's not you.
What? What do you mean by that?
My dad happened to get remarried about 8 years ago.
Huh?
And not only did Dad end up getting remarried, but he did so with a woman who he ended up having a baby girl with. And she has the most beautiful face and figure. But unlike you, she's not the kind of person to only care about those that are attractive looking, and is willing to love everyone in her family very much. And so because of her warmth, I've been able to forget about the cold past that I had with you as my mother, and can now live a new life as a successful man.
That man, he got remarried to a new woman? And not just that, but had a girl with her?
And that's why I've been saying that you're not my mother this whole time. It's been 10 years since you left Dad and I, so I have zero clue why you're back here now trying to talk to me like you ever cared about my family. But if you really think that you have any chance of getting back into this family as my dad's wife, then you're strictly mistaken, as there's zero chance of that happening now.
What?
That's what I thought.
I have no other choice right now. 10 years ago, my dad, who was a very wealthy person, passed away. And of course, after his death, I received a lot of that money in his will from him. And when that money came to me, I thought it would be the perfect chance for me to get my daughter to become a famous model. And that's why I took her with me to France and started to make her model.
I see. So that's what Dad was explaining to me about after you left us?
During the first year, I was never able to land her any modeling gigs, and so I just thought that was a part of the industry. And since she didn't have a name for herself yet, I decided it would be better for the two of us to start conforming to life there first before getting into modeling. But then it was 2 years, and then 3 years, and time just kept on going without us ever seeing any real work come for us. And during that time, Avery graduated from an international high school there. That was the moment I thought she'd really put all her time into modeling, without the need to study, but I was wrong. But then I started to really have a closer look at her, and it appeared to me she already gave up. And the food there had gotten the best of her. She was no longer the beautiful young woman I pictured her as, rather a model for some weight loss ad. And it wasn't just that. I noticed that a lot of the money from my father had dwindled away, and so I had to make the choice to bring us back to the U.S.
What?
The house that your sister and I had been planning on living in is no longer there for us. And so right now, we don't have a place to go home to.
Right. Currently, your mom is in an elderly home, spending the last couple of years of her life being cared for by the nurses there.
What?
I heard from her that she used the money left over by her husband and the money from the house when she sold it to get into a really nice home where there are all sorts of amenities for her.
You're kidding. So that means there really is no place for us to go?
And that's not all, actually. You ended up taking your daughter away with you to another country, even though she never really wanted to. And while there, you used up not only your own money that you received from your late dad, but also the money that was supposed to be left for her. There were apparently a few other people that were supposed to get the money from your late father, who never did because of you.
What are you talking about? Where is my mom right now?
I have no clue where she chose to go, besides that it's good for her.
What?
So far, everything I've been telling you has been okay to tell you, as the other parties involved don't seem to mind you knowing. But even if I did know more about your mom, I wouldn't tell you, as she never gave me the permission to.
Hold on a second. If you're not going to tell us where she is, how are Avery and I going to live?
Think about that one yourself, Andrea.
Huh?
There's another thing. As for that aunt of mine that ended up causing you to learn about my current situation in the first place, the whole family has stopped talking to her. So if you're trying to go for her for more information regarding me, you won't learn anything more than you already know.
Huh?
Now, I have to get ready to head into the studio for another session of takes, so I'll be going now.
Huh? Wait a second, Ed!
I'm blocking you again.
Right now I'm stuck in a cheap motel with Avery, and we don't have much money left to keep us here. When it's all gone, we'll have to move into the streets. Hey, I'm only asking you this one time to please give me a place to live, just for a little bit. Ed!
There was one last thing that I never ended up explaining to Andrea, and it all had to do with the information that was left over regarding her late father's money and assets, and who they all went to. On that sheet of paper, she could probably take a closer look at it and learn where her mother ran off to, had she just taken the time to do so. Of course, Andrea or Avery could still think of that as an option and take a look for themselves, but I was never gonna recommend that to her, as I just don't care about either. So whatever happens next with those three will be left unknown to me. And a couple days later, Andrea and Avery both appeared to have figured out where I was currently working in Hollywood and came to find me. But of course I told security of this, and they made sure to stay on the lookout for these two. And when they were spotted around the studio, security called the police, who then came and grabbed the two of them, where they later found some information on distant relatives of them who they ended up calling to come get them. And within a day, a black minivan pulled up outside the police station to pick those two up, and then they were gone for good. My dad later called me to tell me that distant relative was Andrea's younger sister, who ended up taking those two into her company to work for her, day and night, for the rest of their lives. It was such a relief to learn that Andrea and Avery could no longer touch any of us anymore, and ever since then, I've been able to live in peace. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Samantha! Hey, are you there? Answer me. Samantha, I need to talk to you.
Who are you?
What took you so long? Why don't you reply to my message?
Sorry, I couldn't answer you sooner. I was giving my son a bath.
What? That could have waited. Not responding to someone right away is a good way to lose friends, you know. And that is also an act of disrespect for others.
Okay. Anyway, but do I know you?
How can you say that? Of course you do. It's a bit disheartening that you don't recognize me, considering we're also quite close.
I don't think so.
Come on. I'm Anna's mom, and she's in the same class as your son at preschool.
Oh, I remember. You're Isabel. Okay, Anna's mom. Why are you texting me? You need something?
Yeah, I do. I heard you guys are going on a family vacation soon, right?
No. We don't have any vacation planned. What are you talking about?
Come on. You're not going to trick me that easily.
I'm not trying to trick anyone. We don't have any sort of vacation planned. Who told you so? I think you must have misheard or gotten the names mixed up or something.
Not at all. I know they were talking about your family. One of the other moms from the preschool told me specifically that it was your family, and you'll take them with you on vacation too. I know I'm not wrong. Don't lie to me.
What? Well, I don't know what to tell you. We haven't planned any vacations. We don't have any vacations. There is no time for anything like that right now.
Come on, just tell me. Where's a big vacation this year?
I told you. We're not going on a vacation. Can you stop with this nonsense, please?
Still lying to me. It seems you're not going to tell me no matter what I say, huh?
Well, it's a little hard for me to tell you about something that doesn't exist, don't you think? And I'm not lying. I keep telling you we're not going on a vacation.
If you're not going to tell me, I'll just have to find out another way. And when I do, I'm going to make you take my entire family with you.
What? Your whole family? Do you mean like 4 children or something?
Not just them, but my husband and my parents, and my brother, and his wife as well.
What? 10 extra people?
Well, no. My brother has 5 kids as well.
15 extra people?
That's right. With that many people, it's really hard to plan a vacation ourselves. But if we all tag along with you guys, everything's pretty much already planned, right?
I don't know why you think our family vacation would ever include your entire family as well. But we aren't going on a vacation. So this whole conversation is pointless.
Look, I know your husband makes really good money. He's a department head, so he definitely makes a lot of money.
How did you know that?
I know everything. Anyway, if you guys have no problem paying for us as well, I bet you'll probably even get a pretty good group discount too.
I can't believe that thought would even cross our mind.
I'll tell you what, if you tell me when and where you're going, I won't invite my parents or my brother's family, okay? It will be just me, my husband, and our 4 kids tagging along.
Since there's no vacation planned, I can't give you a date or place. So whatever you say, it's not gonna happen.
Even though I was kind enough to reduce the number of people from 15 to 6, you still won't tell me? Fine. If that's how it's going to be, I have a lot of connections. I'll find out what I need. Don't think I won't.
At this point, I don't even care if you believe me or not.
Hi, Samantha. So I guess you're heading out the day after tomorrow, huh?
Hi, Elizabeth. Yeah, I can't believe it. Time really flies. In just a few days from now, I'm going to be in a totally different place. It's going to be quite a shock for me. It's going to feel so different. I'm trying to imagine it, but I can't. I'm not sure if I can adjust to the new environment.
I know what you mean. But don't worry. Hawaii is a resort paradise. It boasts fantastic weather, gorgeous beaches, delicious food, and, to top it all off, lovely and friendly people. I bet you're gonna love it there soon.
You're right. I think I'll enjoy it as an extended vacation.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. A couple of other moms from the preschool want to come to see you off. Is it okay if we all come to the airport with you?
You guys are gonna come all the way just to see us off?
Well, my daughter really likes little Jonathan, and a couple of the other kids from the daycare want to say goodbye to him too. We all want to see you one last time before you leave. So we figured we'd go to the airport with you. We were thinking we could make it kind of like a girls' day out too. After we say goodbye to you at the airport, the rest of us will go out shopping and grab some dinner or something. If you think all of us going to the airport will be an issue, I'll tell them not to come and it'll just be me and my daughter.
No, it's a great idea. We'd love it if you came to the airport with us. Jonathan will be really happy to see his friends again. And so will I.
Okay, we'll do it. What time are you flying out?
The flight's at 2:30 p.m., but we've got to be there really early. My husband hasn't decided if he wants to grab lunch at the airport. To be sure we're there on time, or eat lunch before we go, I'll tell him what you guys are planning and get back to you.
Okay. Let me know soon so I can tell the others.
No problem. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Hi, Samantha. Guess what?
What? I don't have time for this.
Sorry, but I went to Miami a little ahead of you.
Huh? Why did you go to Miami?
A couple of days ago. I found out what time you were going to the airport, and I kind of guessed what time your flight would leave. There were no available seats on the afternoon flight to Miami, so we managed to get on an earlier morning one. I guess not many people like to fly that early, which worked out well for us because I was able to book all 15 tickets. My entire family is here in Miami now. All 15 of us. We've just picked up our luggage and are all set to enjoy Miami. I also heard you're staying at the Cranston Hotel. That is a pretty fancy place. I know you guys are rich. You can't run from me.
Isabel,
Hold on. I've got something I have to tell you before I forget. You're going to have to pay for the 15 plane tickets and all of our rooms at the hotel. Okay. I've already paid for the plane tickets, but I need you to pay us back for that right away. It cost nearly $5,000 to get us all here, and that was the cheapest we could get. I used all the money I had and maxed out my credit card to get us all here. I only have $10 left. That means I'll need you to reimburse me as soon as we meet up. If you need to. Withdraw some cash at the airport. Oh, and don't forget about our hotel rooms. But you can use your credit card for those, so that shouldn't be a problem for you. We want comfortable rooms as well. We'll need at least 4 double rooms. Actually, make it 5 because John will never share a bed with his brother.
Isabel, can you stop typing and listen to me for a second?
Of course. But 5 rooms at about $195 a night per room. And for 5 nights. I'm not good at math, but I'm sure your husband can handle it.
Isabel, what were you thinking? I don't know why you think my family's going on vacation in Miami. We're moving to Hawaii.
What? Hawaii?
We're catching a plane to Hawaii in just a few hours from now.
What? Why are you going to Hawaii?
Don't tell me you thought this was our family vacation or something, did you?
Well, yes, of course.
But I told you before, we're not going on any family vacation.
What you're saying is you're moving to Hawaii. You're not taking a vacation to Miami?
That's right. My family is going to be leaving in Hawaii starting today. Why did you think we were taking a vacation to Miami? I never told anyone that.
But I heard Elizabeth's daughter, Gabriel, said so. She said Jonathan was going to Miami and staying at the Cranston Hotel. That's what she told my daughter at preschool.
You heard that from Gabriel? And you think I'm going on vacation to Miami?
Well, my daughter did. Gabriel even told her that they were going to see you guys at the airport. That's how I knew when you were leaving. I assumed their family was going with you and you were trying to ditch me.
You know Gabriel is only 4 years old, right? You have to know that she's the same age as your youngest daughter.
What's that got to do with anything? Was this all just a big plan to screw me over or something?
Elizabeth and Gabriel are here right now. I just asked them about this. What happened was when Elizabeth showed Gabriel a picture of where Jonathan's moving to, she saw a beautiful beach and thought it was the same place they went on vacation last year. Miami Beach.
What? That can't be true.
Come on. She's only 4. Give her a break. She doesn't know a lot about the world. Her mom had to explain it to her in detail. That Jonathan isn't going to Miami, and that this isn't a vacation for us. When you asked her, she must have still thought my family was going to Miami Beach.
I can't believe this.
I don't understand. Why would you rely on what one 4-year-old told another 4-year-old without confirming it with an adult? Spending a lot of money and racing halfway across the country based on that. Seriously? What is wrong with you?
That's because my daughter sounded so sure. And why the heck are you moving to Hawaii? This is the first time I've ever heard of that. Why didn't you tell me?
What? Why do I have to tell you that? It's not something I felt I needed to tell you.
Why the heck not?
Isabella, I mean, our children are in the same class at preschool. But we don't speak outside of greeting each other when we pick up or drop off our kids. We're not friends. We've never even had lunch together or even gone out for a coffee together.
Huh? You think we're not friends?
I didn't want people making a big deal out of us moving away. So I only told my close friends, which means Elizabeth and some others. A couple of them happen to have children at the same preschool. But that doesn't mean automatically include you. In fact, I told them to try to keep it a secret and not to bring it up unless specifically asked.
Why would you be so mean to me? How cruel! How dare you treat me like this? I can't believe you.
Treat you like what? I'm the one who can't believe you.
What did I do?
I told you 1,000 times that my family wasn't going on vacation. I have no reason to tell everyone I meet that I'm moving to Hawaii. And you're the one who jumped to conclusions, thinking I was going on some extravagant trip. When you asked me about it, I made it clear we weren't planning such a thing. But you refused to listen to me. On top of all that, you went ahead and flew our whole family to Miami, even though I explicitly said we weren't vacationing. Don't try to blame your ignorance on me. This is all on you.
You're lying. If that's true, then what's with all this talk about you guys staying at the Cranston Hotel, huh? You're on vacation and I know it.
You're getting it wrong again.
I don't think so. Oh, I see how it is. You don't want to pay for my family's hotel rooms. So, you're lying about this whole thing, aren't you? You're so selfish. You make me sick.
What the heck? We are staying at the Cranston Hotel in Hawaii.
What?
The house they're preparing for us in Hawaii won't be ready for another 2 weeks. But my husband has to start work there on Monday morning. So his company is paying for us to stay at a hotel until our house is ready.
His company's paying for your hotel? This is all for your husband's job?
Exactly. That's why we had to move. My husband was transferred to Hawaii. This is a great opportunity for him, and he's going to be there for a long time. So he decided we'd all move there instead of him being gone all the time. I don't feel I need to be explaining any of this to you, though. I barely know you.
Then what about all the money I spent to get us all here to Miami?
What about it?
I've got 15 people here in Miami, and we don't even have a hotel booked for the night. This is your fault. Don't you feel sorry for us at all?
Why? Is this my fault? If you don't have a hotel booked, I suggest you start looking for a hotel or just go home.
We can't fly back now, and my credit cards are maxed.
And nobody else you took with you has a credit card or cash?
We're not a rich family, and I told them you'd be paying for everything. I've only got $10 in my wallet. Wait a minute. Between the 15 of us, we've only got about $300 cash. It won't even cover one meal at a restaurant for 13 of us, or a single night in a hotel.
Oh my god! Are you serious?
Yes.
No. I mean, seriously? You genuinely believe that my family, just the 3 of us, were embarking on a family vacation? And that if you crashed our getaway with an additional 15 people, we'd foot the bill for all your expenses? Are you out of your mind? We don't even like you.
Samantha,
What?
I can't believe you said that.
I really don't get it, Isabel. Why would you think someone who won't even go out for a coffee with you would take your entire family on all expenses paid trip without even agreeing to do so ahead of time? And you thought I'd just hand you $5,000 in cash when we meet up? If we had that kind of money, we'd be taking a private jet, not flying economy class. Did nobody in your family question your plan? Did none of those other 14 people think what you were saying was crazy?
Well,
I didn't think people as stupid as you do existed.
but Samantha, I only have $10 to my name right now. I have 4 kids. What am I gonna do?
Why asking me? I don't care. Ask your parents or your brother about that. Your situation has nothing to do with me. The only reason I'm still talking to you about this is because 3 other moms who don't like you from the preschool are here. We can't stop laughing at your stupidity.
No way. This is horrible.
You're right. You've caused a real mess all because of your crazy delusions. But I think we're out of time. I've got to get my family to the gate. Goodbye.
No, don't go yet.
You really are annoying. You know that?
Wait, don't go. I need your help. How can I solve this on my own?
None of my business. I am blocking your number. My family hopped on a plane, bound for Hawaii, to kick off our new life. We now reside in a stunning house, surrounded by breathtaking scenery, and we're absolutely loving it here. I had a chat with Elizabeth and learned about Samantha's misadventure. It turns out they were stranded at the airport for an entire day and night before heading back home the following day. The news about her attempt to secure a free vacation for 13 people spread like wildfire, and people couldn't believe it. However, I had made sure to share the text chat as evidence with the other preschool moms, so there was no denying what had transpired. Apparently, just a week after the incident, Samantha withdrew her daughter from the preschool, probably due to sheer embarrassment. But before all this, many families had reported her and her family showing up uninvited to parties and gatherings, consuming everything and never contributing. This time, Samantha's antics went too far, leaving her with a substantial debt she couldn't wriggle out of.